Hello, I am Mystic Rose and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. If you are new, please be sure to take a moment and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you be part of my YouTube family and my YouTube community here. And don't forget to turn on the notifications bell so that you can be notified as soon as I release new videos. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here as well. Thank you for all of the love and support you give to me, and I appreciate you all booking those personal readings with me. I always have so much fun with those. Today's pick a card reading is going to be very honest. It's going to be all about what are people thinking about you, but they would never say it to your face. Now, when we have a reading like this, it's important to keep in mind that not everything can be positive. With tarot readings, not everything can be positive, happy, and joyful all of the time. But also, keep in mind that even though some negative things may come out, it doesn't make them true. Okay? It does not necessarily make them true. So, take what you like and leave the rest, okay? And just know that going forward, if you choose to watch this video, there may be some negative things that people are thinking about you behind your back and would never say to your face, okay? Because we're all human and we all have this happen to us, each and every one of us. So if you're interested in finding out more about these things that people are thinking about you, stay tuned, because I think you're really going to enjoy this deep dive. All right, so definitely be sure to choose the pile or piles that resonate with you most. There will be 3 piles to choose from. You can use gemstones or images or a combination of both. Okay, the choice is yours. And also there will be opportunity for you to leave a comment and press that like button. Please do that because it gives me great feedback and I love to read your comments. So please be sure to do that, to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things really help my channel and really helps me as a reader. Okay, so please keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and get started with today's pick a card, all about what are other people thinking about you, but they would never ever say it to your face. Hello and welcome to your pile selection with gemstones. For pile number 1, we have this adorable little jar of tourmaline gemstones. So if you are drawn to tourmaline, go ahead and choose pile number 1. If you are drawn to this white coral, you'll choose pile number 2. And if you are drawn to ruby zoisite, you will choose pile number 3. Okay? All right, so if you need a little bit more time to think about the pile or piles that you are drawn to, because sometimes there may be more than one pile that you're drawn to, and that's okay. That means there are multiple messages for you. But as I was saying, if you need a little bit more time, please pause the video. If you're ready, let's get started with today's topic, all about the things that people are thinking about you, but they would never ever say it to your face. Hello, my beautiful and lovely pile number 1. I'm so excited to have you here with me. So if you chose tourmaline or image 1, you're in the right place. Today's pick a card is a very honest pick a card, all about, well, all of my pick a cards are very honest, but this one, I just have to preface this by saying that there may be some quote unquote negative things that people are thinking about you that they would never ever say to your face. And you know what? That's okay. As I was saying in my intro, that's part of life. But if you don't want to hear it, that's okay. You don't have to watch this video. because we're going to get into all of that stuff, the positives, the negatives, everything that people are thinking about you but would never ever say to your face. And we're going to start off by connecting with spirit, and I'm going to cleanse the space. This is not a religious prayer, but this is what I'm going to do, is say a little prayer to spirit to connect with spirit, okay? And to bring in light and positivity and protection into the space. So spirit, please be here now with me. Help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to my pile number 1 collective, all about what are the things that people are thinking about my pile number 1 behind their back, but they would never ever say to their face. All right, so I'm going to be using the Carolyn Miss Mace archetype cards. I haven't used these in a while, and I think they're really, really good because they each have different, like, you know, words on them and great pictures too. And then I thought it would be fun too to use the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck by Kim Krantz. And I will be doing spirit talk at the end of this session, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be bringing in channeled messages that I channeled this evening, and I'll be using the Light Seers Tarot. So please, Spirit, start off this conversation, and please let us know, what are people thinking about my pile 1 that they would never ever say to their face? Okay, people are thinking that, you know, sometimes you might be a little too distant or a little bit hard to read. You could come across with the 7 of Wands as somebody who puts up a wall. You're very protective of your energy. You're very selective. People are thinking that you're extremely, extremely selective with who you hang out with, who you allow into your circle. Okay, they do view you as somebody who's on the spiritual side. I'm hearing too, they may even consider you a little bit woo-woo, but you know what? That's okay. I would consider myself to be one of those woo-woo people, and that's okay. So yeah, a lot of people do think of you in this way, but they just, a lot of times they're just thinking that, you know, you're very distant, or you could come across as emotionally closed off, okay? With that 7 of Wands. I saw the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. People definitely notice that you're very psychic, but what I just heard from Spirit is that, honest to goodness, sometimes your predictions and your intuitions are eerily accurate, and it scares people. I am not kidding. You can scare people sometimes with how maybe like you're gonna maybe like you say that somebody's gonna text you, and then like, let's say you're with a friend and you're like talking about somebody, and then all of a sudden they text you or something, and you can like spook people out. Okay, so people are sometimes thinking that you're almost a little too intuitive, and it makes them kind of wonder about you. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got the Queen of Cups. Okay, we got the 10 of Swords too. That is so interesting. Okay. 10 of Swords. People think that you've handled a lot of pain in your life. Okay. You have, you know, and you carry a little bit of sadness in your eyes. They do think that. They can see that you've gone through a lot in your life. But they would never ask you about it. They would never like want to bring it up. But when they look into your eyes, they can see like a little bit of sadness from your past or something that hurt you. With the Queen of Cups, that is denoting water vibes. Like water vibes would be Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Now, that does not mean that you necessarily are one of those signs, but you could be. So what are people, thinking about you behind your back when we get the Queen of Cups there? What is that telling me as a reader? Well, what that is telling me as a reader is that people look at you and they think that you have an intensity that scares them. Like you have intensity in your eyes. People sometimes don't know what the hell to do with you. Like the fact that you can like look at them and like read them like a book. Okay, you're a bullshit detector. You scare the hell out of some people. Like that in conjunction, you have this intensity. Okay, that in conjunction with the fact that your intuition is really on point, you can really scare people. And I feel like some people would never ever ask you, but what is your secret? They want to know, like, how do you know the things that you know about either the occult or spirituality, or how are you so in touch with the divine? Like, it's kind of scary for some people who don't understand it. And there's a lot of people that one of the things that, they're thinking about you that they don't want to ask you, they're afraid to ask you, like, okay, what do you have any tricks up your sleeve, or like, are you doing something like bad in order to get your answers? Like, how is your intuition so on point? And I don't feel like that's it at all. Like, I just feel like you are very connected to the divine. Your intuition has always been really on point, but like you have harnessed this, you're becoming very powerful. And yeah, that can intimidate some people, but you're stepping into your power and you're really owning your power. Some of you are getting really good at like energy work too, because I'm seeing like the energy coming out of her hands, and that is just screaming out to me. A lot of people too, they love your eccentric jewelry and your eccentric style, but they would never ever say that to you because a lot of people have a hard time like verbalizing compliments. I don't know why people do, but like sometimes people will like sling out like offensive things and they'll verbalize those kinds of things, but they won't give people a compliment, and they'll just hold their tongue and they won't say nice things. But I feel like that is one of the compliments actually that people wish they could tell you. Also, a lot of people would not tell you this, but they're thinking that you would make one heck of a dangerous enemy. Okay, I am hearing that. Like they don't want to mess with you, and they're thinking that either you could get really bad revenge on them or like something like that. Like you're nobody to mess with. And people definitely think that. They see that you're very mysterious. They think you probably own a deck of tarot cards or that that you're into all that stuff. And some people would really, really judge you for that. And they shouldn't, because that is really small-minded and narrow-minded. But like, you know how people are. Okay, so also, what are people thinking, but they would never ever say to you, is that they think that you have like this hidden or secret life. Okay, they don't know what you do in your secret life, in your hidden, your time alone. Okay, they're wondering what you do in your time alone. And they're wondering too if you like to escape reality. They're wondering if you like to use different substances to alter your perception. Yeah, they think that you could be into like wacky stuff. Like I said, like woo-woo or wacky stuff. And people are wondering and thinking this about you, that you could use like mind-altering substances in order to get your accuracy from the spiritual domain. Like ayahuasca or whatever that's called. And people also, oh my goodness, Spirit is telling me that a lot of people, one of the things that they think about you or they fear about you is that you're almost, this sounds funny, but you're almost too sexy, and they're worried you're going to steal their man or steal their woman, okay, or their person. Like, it's a sexiness that you've had since you were literally like very, very young. You probably didn't even realize this, but even as a very young, like, teenager, you started probably developing early, or like got a lot of attention. You're just naturally very, very sexy. Okay, so you ooze this sex appeal, and a lot of people are thinking this, but they don't tell you that. Why? They're afraid. It's intimidating, and they do kind of have this fear that you're going to take their partner away, or that their partner's going to want you more than they want them. Because when you walk into a room, a lot of people notice all eyes are on you. So that's very interesting. All right, let's go ahead and I'll use these Kim Krans animal cards to dig a little deeper. All right, so what else are people thinking about my pile one, but they would never say to their face? Whale. So that's all about your deep, deep intuition. That just goes along with this. This is like a confirmation. So thank you, Spirit, for that. I always ring my bell when I get a confirmation. But yeah, Spirit is really bringing that through. It's like, you know how whales go way down into the depths of the ocean, and they're not afraid to go really deep? Well, the whale is all about your spiritual depth. You have a lot of spiritual depth that other people lack. And they may want to ask you a bit about it, but they're, like I said, like, they're very, very intimidated. Zebra. I feel like this tells me, I'm hearing like, you can't change a zebra's stripes or something like that. Like, also the way that there's like a triangle that's rainbow on the forehead, that kind of like denotes that the third eye is really open in you. And a lot of people are just like, you know, there's like other zebras that are all just like black and white, but then there's you that, like, you really stand out, you know, because you're colorful. You have like this colorful personality. So people are thinking that you really stand out in a good way. And in some ways, like, they tell themselves it's a bad way because they want to put you down so they can like exonerate themselves, which is BS. But you know how people are. And the oyster. Open you up and there's a pearl inside. I mean, can't get any clearer than that. A lot of people think you have a internal treasure. But they don't really say that. Yeah, like, a lot of times people would just hide their thoughts. All right, what else are people thinking about my pile one, but they would never ever say? Yeah, you're deeper than most people. You're willing to talk about deep topics that other people just aren't willing to talk about. You're willing to go there. Okay, you may get fascinated too with like the macabre, or the or morbid things, or things that are a little offbeat that other people maybe wouldn't like. Okay, so you could be drawn to that kind of thing. You could always have been fascinated by that kind of thing. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're dark or bad either. It just means that you're interested in the hidden, in secrets of life, and you don't necessarily stay on the surface level. Okay, you're more like somebody who's inclined to take those deep dives. Liberator and the Child Divine, that came out in reverse. So people may be saying that, like, you know, oh, that suggests a special connection with the divine. Okay, innocence, purity, redemption in reverse. Oh my goodness. People think you're not innocent, but they would never tell you that. But they're like, oh, that person's you has been around the block a few times. Like, they weren't born yesterday. They're not innocent. They think you might act or come across as innocent to some people, but it's an act. And they're like, you don't fool me kind of thing. So yeah, you look young for your age, and you have like, okay, I want to say like you wear like youthful clothing or something. You have a young vibe about you. It feels to me like a real air feeling, like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, airy energy, light, you know, just a light sort of playful vibe. You like to play with your aesthetic, the clothing and everything, and it kind of comes across as like this youthful vibe. And some people may actually think that, you know, you come across as like trying to fake like you're innocent or something, or pure, which you're definitely not. You're just being you. I feel that. I feel you. You're just being you. But a lot of people think that like you're being fake, or you're trying to act like you're innocent, or you're sweet, or you're pure. I think you are a sweet person, but there's just jealous people out there. Then you got the liberator, feeling, freeing yourself and I can't talk. Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring your legitimate constraints. Okay, so like some people claim that what they are thinking, but they would never ever tell you, is that like you say you're like helping people, but you're trying to do it for your own selfish gain or something like that. And some people are saying that, like, I don't know, like, I guess that you can be too negative. They think you're negative, which you're really not. I feel like you're really highly misunderstood, but they would never ever say that to you because they're scared of you. But some people think that you're negative, or that you have like a negative or closed mindset, or that you're very closed-minded. All right, now I channeled these today, so I just kind of want to see, I want to draw a few of these. Okay, Spirit, so please help me to choose the right cards for my pile one. Oh my gosh, those flew out. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, you're cold and distant. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. And you like attention. That's what people think. They think you're attention seeking, but they would never say that to your face. They think you like attention, that you like to be right. You like to, people may even think or pretend like that you're pretending to be psychic, or that you're pretending to be in tune with the divine, but they don't know. They don't know anything. Don't, just let that go. But some people think you're cold and distant, or you're too selective. Okay. I mean, that is just coming through again. And that actually goes hand in hand with this card here, the Seven of Wands. Okay. All right. What else, Spirit? What else are people thinking? What they would never ever say to my pile one, to their face. Oh my God, you're into dark arts and black magic. What did I just say? Thank you, Spirit, for confirming that. See, that's what I mean. Some people misunderstand you. They think that you're into dark arts, black magic. They're scared of you sometimes. I just think it's these kind of people that make assumptions. They're quick to judge, and it is ridiculous. Yeah, they're saying you're too private. Thank you, Spirit, again for that. You're too private. You keep to yourself. And that's just coming through again and again. Wow. That is crazy. You're a spiritual or religious fanatic. Okay, some people think you're a fanatic about it. You're too focused on it. All right, you're too focused. You don't talk about anything else but spirituality or religion. They think you're, they would never ever tell you this, but they think you're obsessed with spirituality, or like the occult or something. And you know what? If you are, that's okay. I'm pretty obsessed with, the hidden things as well. I have Scorpio in my chart, so maybe you are fellow Scorpions or Pisceans. I also have a lot of Pisces in my chart. Lots of water. All right. And I've been studying the signs, you know, the astrological signs a lot lately, and I just find it so fascinating. And I've been doing a lot of research about the different signs, and here I thought I knew a lot, but I'm learning so much more. If you like astrology, please let me know in the comments, because we have that in common. All right. So I want to move into spirit talk. That is where it's like I pick up the phone and I talk to spirit like a friend. Okay. And spirit is going to lead me to write down things that are meant for you. Okay? Messages that are meant for you. If you enjoy this portion, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so spirit, please let us know, what are people thinking about my pile 1? What are they thinking that they would never ever say to their face? Oh my, I just heard wacko, and it kind of reminds me of like Wacko Jacko, something about Michael Jackson here. You could be a huge Michael Jackson fan, but you know what? And if you are, we have another thing in common, because I'm actually a big fan of his music. Okay, so people think you're obsessed with religion or with spirituality or the occult or whatever, and they think that it's a little wacky or a lot wacky. But Wacko Jacko was a nickname they gave Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was highly, highly misunderstood, in my opinion. And a lot of people would, some would agree with that and some would disagree, whether you like him or not. I feel like he was overall a good soul who a lot of people tried to taint his reputation. And so I really do think there's something here that spirit is tying in with your reputation, okay? And you may have like a bad reputation where you live, especially if you're in a small town, okay? And people might give you like dirty looks or look at you. It could be your aesthetic. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it could be as simple as the vibes that you're giving off with your aesthetic, or it could be just your vibes in general. But spirit is telling me that you're very misunderstood. Okay? And some people actually think that you have a hot temper and they don't want to mess with you. I mean, I don't even know if this is true about you, but some people just assume that about you, that you could possibly have a hot temper. Because I'm hearing like anger issues. And spirit is showing me that movie with Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler, anger management. So yeah, I really do feel like some people just think this, but they would never tell you this, that they think that you could possibly have like a flip switch anger problem, or that you are very in touch with your emotions, but almost like I'm seeing like somebody who rides the ups and downs of life, and the highs are high. Like some people may even say you have mania, and some people would say that then you go down and you have depression. So some people may be thinking, but they would never tell you, that they think you have bipolar. Okay, bipolar disorder. I'm hearing a song. It's bipolar disorder. My shit's not in order. I don't know who sings it, but it was like from the early 2000s, I want to say. Let me know in the comments if you know this song. But I celebrate this kind of thing, because people that have bipolar disorder, honestly, if you do or you don't, it doesn't matter to me. I accept you if you do or don't. But the fact that other people are like thinking this about you, I think it's wrong, because there's nothing wrong with feeling the ups and the downs of life. We all feel the ups and the downs of life. Some people just feel it a little bit more intense than others, okay? And you have a lot of intensity. You have a lot of intensity, especially if you are a water sign. You feel things very, very deeply as a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. So, but even if you are not a water sign, you're coming across as this kind of energy, and people are thinking this about you, okay? I'm hearing too that another thing that people would never ever tell you, they think you're a little too sexy at times. They may think that you're wanting attention, okay? Or that because you're a little too sexy. You're too sexy. Okay, I'm hearing that you can be too glamorous at times. Or like you're the kind of person that wears casual clothes, but maybe you wear like a lot of makeup or lipstick, dark lipsticks. Anyway, it packs a punch. It's like you have some kind of intensity with your makeup if you do like to wear makeup, or nails, jewelry, some kind of body art. It can match your intensity, but it gives people I guess it gives people the impression that sometimes when they see you, they think that your clothing can be either bizarre or outlandish sometimes, or they might assume that you're in a manic mode or something, and then at other times they might see you and you're wearing the same shirt for 3 days. I don't know, and they just assume oh, you're just depressed, or I don't know. It's really weird. And I just feel like that's going to be for a specific amount of people out there, but it's not going to resonate with everybody. So as with all of this, take what you like and what resonates, and then just leave the rest. But there's definitely something here about somebody who's very in touch with their emotions, and you're riding the ups and the downs of life, and you feel everything with such intensity and passion, and you are very passionate. Spirit, is there anything else that you really, really want my Padawan to know about what other people are thinking about them but would never ever say to their face? Okay. Well, I gotta say, I'm hearing California Dreaming in my mind. That song, California Dreaming. The lyrics of that song might be important. There's a part in that, and it says, I got down on my knees to say a little prayer. Something about that. Let me check that out, and I'll be right back with that. There's something coming through about this. Okay, in that song, California Dreamin', all the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Here's the part that was going through my head. Stopped into a church. I passed along the way. I got down on my knees and I pretend to pray. Okay, so I pretend to pray. That is what Spirit was basically kind of screaming out at me. I feel like some people think that you pretend to be religious, or you pretending to be spiritual. My advice, let them think that they want to be what they want to think, and just rise above it, because at the end of the day, you've got to be you, and you're the only one that you really need to be proud of and feel good about at the end of the day. And if you like who you are, then it really doesn't matter what other people think about you. And you know what I mean? You don't have to agree with people if they think that you're like that, and it doesn't make it true. You've got to find your own truth. So I'm going to leave you with that, but I think you're wonderful, Padawan, and thank you so much for watching today. And please hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy it. And also, don't forget to turn on that notifications button. Another thing, I did want to say, if you'd like a personal reading, please look in my description box for more information on how you can obtain a personal reading with me. And if you like 18 plus uncensored readings, I do offer those. I have a Patreon, and it's only $3 a month to join, and you can cancel at any time. So there's no, no strings attached. You just follow the link, go ahead and join, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. If you like the 18 plus kinds of uncensored videos, I think you're really gonna like it. And if you would like to donate to my channel, it's never expected but always appreciated. It helps me to get new decks of tarot cards, new crystals, sage, and basically every bit of donation I get, I put right back into the channel. But like I said, that is never ever expected, but it is always appreciated. Much love to you all. Stay beautiful and stay blessed. And until next time, bye. Hello, my beautiful and lovely pile number 2 collective. If you chose this white coral or image 2, you're in the right place for today's pick a card, which is all about what are people thinking about you but they would never ever say to your face. And as with all general readings, take what you like and what resonates, but leave the rest, okay? Because it's not all going to resonate with you. And keep in mind too that when people are talking about us behind our back, or they're thinking things about us, it's not always going to be quote unquote nice or positive. Sometimes it might be negative, okay? So if you think you might get triggered or whatever, if I'm very honest with this reading, you may choose not to watch the video, and that's okay. I respect that. But if you're curious and you want to know what people are thinking about you, then stay tuned, okay? All right, so before we begin, I'm going to say a little prayer to connect with spirit. This is not a religious prayer. This is a prayer that I call it a prayer because I'm talking to spirit and I'm asking spirit to be here now with us. So spirit, please be here now. Help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to my pile 2 collective, all about what are people thinking about them but would never ever say to their face. Thank you, spirit. Spirit, please talk through me as you always do. All right, and please, spirit, bring love, light, and protection into this space. Thank you. All right. What are people thinking about you, my pile 2 collective, and what would they never ever ever say to your face? We might get some positive things and some negative things, and that's okay. And just because it's negative does not mean it's true. I don't want anybody getting offended, okay? All right. We got the King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Three of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Seven of Wands. Interesting, because pile 1 had that as well. If you were drawn to pile 1 or you were torn between 1 and 2, I would say definitely go back and watch pile 1. Okay, there may be some kind of common threads here. But basically, with that King of Pentacles, that can indicate that you may be an earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, but not necessarily, okay? You could just be inhabiting this energy, or people are kind of picking up on this energy when they think about you. What are people thinking about you but they would never ever say to your face? Some people think that you have a big ego, that you're overly confident, okay? I mean, with good reason though. Like, you have, I'm seeing just somebody who has beautiful hair. It could be very thick or like smoothed down, okay? Smooth, wavy or straight, but it's very, very beautiful hair. You have a confidence and a swag about you, and you have your choice. People think you have your choice in life. People are a little, jealous of this, that you seem to have a lot of options. And they would never ever tell you that, but they're a little bit jealous because they think you have a lot of options. People think that you're materialistic. They would never ever tell you that to your face, but some people think you're driven by money or you're driven by materialism. All right, another thing that they would never ever say to your face, but some people might be thinking, is that you just don't sugarcoat anything. When you tell people your truth, your honesty can be so honest, it can be right in your face. And some people think that at times you can be cold or skeptical, even ruthless, and that you're just never satisfied because you have a lot of options to you. They think, and I think this stems from jealousy, if we're being honest here. I feel like a lot of people have you on a pedestal and they don't tell you that either. But a lot of people, they're jealous of you. They think that they look at you and they're like, you have it all. You seem to have it all. And they actually have you on a pedestal. They don't tell you that because they almost like don't want it to go to your head. I feel like some people think that if they give you a compliment, it's going to go to your head. Okay. They think you're confident already and they don't want to give you more compliments because they don't want you to they don't want your head to explode. They don't want it to go to your head. I think this is utterly ridiculous because people need compliments, and you are the kind of person that you're very comfortable in the limelight. You're very comfortable with attention and you love yourself. And I think that's cool. I admire you for that. You could even have a lot of fire in your chart. You could be a Leo or a Sagittarius or even an Aries. You get along great with people and people see you. It's just some people are thinking this about you. It's not everybody. But, a lot of eyes are on you when you go out in public. The things you wear, even, I'm hearing from spirit, like you may like to, if you are a woman, or you like to wear skirts and you show a lot of leg. My goodness, you have very sexy legs. And even if you are a gentleman, you have very, very nice muscles, very nice legs. You look very fit, like you take care of your body. And people wouldn't tell you this either, but they think that you have a nice body. Why wouldn't people tell you this? Sometimes people don't like to give other people compliments. I think it's BS, but you're the type of person that you don't really need the compliments, but you enjoy the compliments. And some people just, they're thinking that they shouldn't tell you because it might go to your head. So for some of you, you might have even had parents that never ever gave you a compliment, or like, you know what I mean? Like they thought highly of you, but they could have been very jealous of you. And so therefore they never ever gave you compliments. And that can really, that can be very, very detrimental. So that's not going to be for everybody, but for some of you, Spirit was bringing that through. People think, some people would never ever tell you this, but they feel like you do give really good advice. It comes from a place of like this inner knowing that you seem to have from a lot of living or having old soul vibes. You just seem to have a wisdom about you, and lots of like a reservoir of knowledge inside of you, and you almost seem to know everything. For some of you, you could like literally be like almost like either a walking encyclopedia or know a whole bunch of odd facts or odd information. Some of you could even just like words. You could be like into playing word games, and you're really, really good with words. And that's the thing too, is like you're very intelligent, and a lot of people just think that, but they won't really tell you because it can be intimidating for some people. You're like your strength, your sound mind, your intelligence, it can be like a little bit intimidating for other people. And some people just think, well, pile two, you just have it all. So yeah, like you seem to be very well balanced, and I don't know why I'm hearing like you could move heaven and earth. Spirit just said that, like you can move heaven and earth. People think you're like a master manifester. You may get what you want. They would never tell you this, but some people might think you seem entitled or you seem spoiled. I think it's just because they're honestly very, very jealous because they want that instant gratification, or they want, they want to go, they want to get things that they want. They want their goals and their dreams to come true, and their aspirations and hopes to come true, and things that they want to come to fruition. But they see with you, you're making things happen. It's like you have a magic wand in your hand and you're just like making life look easy and effortless. Some people see you with like, I'm just like, Spirit's showing me somebody with a little grin on their face. I feel like some people, when you like have this like little smirk on your face, there's some people that think that it's pompous, and it's derived from a place of, they think that you think you're better than them, but actually you're just a happy person. And it makes people that are weak and like lesser than and not as spiritually as evolved as you, they just feel like crap. But that's not your fault. That's just on them. And you would never have like a little grin on your face or smirk to like rub it in and make anybody feel bad. But some people just take it highly personal, and you may get a lot of haters. Okay, that's what's coming through. Some people think you're work obsessed. They think that you work too much. They would never tell you this, but they're thinking that they're making assumptions about you, that you're either a workaholic or either that, or you're just spoiled, or, oh my goodness, I even got something from Spirit that some people could think that you might have slept your way to the top, or that you do favors to get to the top, or that you're rubbing elbows with wealthy people, that you're rubbing elbows with people, higher ups, influential people in the community. People think that you have an attitude, okay? They would never tell you this, but some people think you have an attitude. Some people think that you don't like being told what to do, and that you're your own boss, but they would never tell you that, of course. They would never tell you that to your face. All right, let's see what else. I want to use these cards. These are the Carolyn Mace cards. This one seems to be really screaming out at me. So, Spirit, what is it that people are thinking about my plow too, but they're not necessarily going to say to their face? Or they would never say to their face? Queen. All right. We got the Queen here, and we got the Teacher as well. You could literally be a teacher. Very, very influential in the community. Or you could have a job where you are influential in the community. Or you could have a job where you have quite the skill set and a lot of wisdom and experience. You have the know-how. You can really back yourself up. Like, you speak your truth and you walk the walk, and you talk the talk and you walk the walk. And some people think that, like, you're very knowledgeable, that you're very experienced, but they just don't tell you this, but they look up to you. They feel like you literally have all the answers. But some people might think that, like, the shadow attributes are manipulating. They may think that you manipulate people, or that you manipulate people to get what you want. Okay, like pawns. They may think this about you, but never say this to you, that they wonder if you treat people like pawns, which I think that is just ridiculous, because I don't feel that you do that. People make a lot of assumptions about people who are successful, people who are confident, and who make good money. And, people just will make a whole bunch of assumptions, but literally you have regal vibes. You are a queen or a king. You are radiating that regal femininity, or that regal masculinity, or anything in between. It's just very regal vibes here, royalty vibes. And you seem very, I almost want to say, like, you can come across as bougie or ritzy, glamorous even. When you go out for occasions, like events, some people think that you get a little too dressed up or you look a little too professional for the event. And I think that's ridiculous. Like, you obviously should wear whatever you want to wear, but you know, maybe they always see you and you're wearing a button down, or you're wearing a blazer, or you're wearing like your work attire. Maybe you came right from work. I mean, people can be idiots, but like, I feel like people think that you may be dressing up to try to portray that you are a professional, and like you're trying to like put out these vibes that, you know, you are to be respected, or you are to be revered, or to be treated with so much respect and authority. And you've never asked that of anyone. But some people would think that you are asking that with your body language, with the way that you're dressing, and your overall vibes. Even like the way you talk. I feel like some people are thinking there's something with the way you talk, that when you speak, it's either very like something like very authoritative or very slow and methodic. But they think that whatever you're doing or the words you're saying are very manipulative. Interesting. All right, now I want to get into the Kim Kranz animal cards. Oh, wow. That's about your voice. See? Spirit, thank you. I'm going to ring my bell. Thank you, Spirit. I always ring my bell when Spirit confirms something. I literally was just talking about your voice, and look at that. We got the nightingale singing her song here. That is confirmation. There's something here about your voice that people, sometimes it rubs the wrong people the wrong way. Other people, it doesn't bother. But some people, it's like they get intimidated by just like the sound of your voice. They think it sounds like haughty or put on or fake. Oh my God. They think you have like that it's contrived. They think you have a contrived social mask on or some kind of like personality for out in public. Okay, but they would never tell you this. Octopus and unicorn. You're very rare. You stand out. A lot of people think that you're totally unlike other people. You're very unlike other people, and quite an enigma to many people. And they're just like, they don't understand you, and therefore I feel like that's why they do judge you so much, so harshly. I feel like you get judged way too harshly, just for being you. And then you have the octopus, just a beautiful, beautiful card. And this is about your wisdom. This speaks to your mystery, and also your intelligence, the ability to be regenerative. I hope that's a word, regenerative. Because I'm hearing that word, regenerative, like you've changed. Somehow you've changed, and people are thinking that you might have changed over the years. This could be your personality, or it could be your looks too, that your looks have changed. They could be thinking about this, but never tell you that they think that your looks have changed, or that your personality has changed, but they don't want to bring this to your attention. They'd rather either think it or just talk about you behind your back. Some people think that, I feel like a lot of people respect you, and other people just feel like you're rigid and that you don't go with the flow, and that, you can be controlling. I really don't feel that. I'm not getting controlling vibes here. I'm getting somebody very confident. That's what I'm picking up from you, and I feel like you know who you are. And that can be very, very threatening to other people who are not as evolved as you. All right. That's usually the case when people are jealous. All right, that one flew out. All right, what else, Spirit? What else is it that people are saying, or not saying, thinking about my pile too, but they would never ever say to their face? You're too good to be true. You're quick to cut people off. People are thinking that you're like in your Queen of Swords energy or your King of Swords energy, where you might cut people off too quickly when they upset you, or they oh, you're kidding me. Look what came out. Your voice sounds contrived or put on. Wow, that's crazy. Out of all these cards, you guys, that came out. But yeah, you're too good to be true. You're quick to cut people off. You can be cold. And that your voice sounds put on or contrived. All right, what else? I can't believe that came out of all these cards. You're indecisive. Some people think that you have a hard time making up your mind, but they would never tell you that. Maybe that's what, you know, this card here can talk about that too. Because see how he's like, he's almost going, and he's pointing here. He's like, do I want this one? Do I want that one? Do I want that one? There's too many options. You have a lot of options to you, presented to you in life. And I feel like this really can overwhelm other people that want what you have. Sometimes you can speak your truth, but it's a little too blunt, okay? And some people think that you have a hot temper, but they would never ever tell you that because they don't want to, I guess, be the recipient of this. Now I want to get into spirit talk, which is where I write down my conversation with spirit, and spirit will speak to me. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of the reading because it seems to be very accurate. And not only that, a lot of people enjoy it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to spirits. I channel throughout the whole reading. I really do. But when it comes to the spirit talk, that's a special thing that I do called automatic writing. Okay, so spirit, what are people thinking about my pile 2 collective, but they would never ever say? I think that they think that you're out of this world. I am hearing that, like, you could believe in, I know this sounds funny, but you could believe in aliens, or people think that you're kind of woo-woo or out there because maybe they think that you have some irrational beliefs, or the things that you talk about, and these could be people that you know really well. They could think that you have some unusual ideas, okay? Because I just heard like aliens, and my attention went right over here to this little guy, and I heard out of this world. So I really do feel like you have some unconventional ideas that some people they can't wrap their head around it, and they're just like, whoa. It leaves people's heads spinning. You're a deep thinker. You are very philosophical, and you're a deep thinker. You think about all kinds of things, but some of the ideas, people would never tell you this to your face, but some of the ideas that you have, they could be even conspiracies. You could be a conspiracy theorist, okay? Because that's coming through too. Because I am seeing, like, yeah, all kinds of like stuff related to conspiracies, but I won't get into all that because some of that stuff can be it's like going down a rabbit hole, okay? And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But yeah, I really do feel like people are thinking that you have some interesting ideas, okay? And some interesting ideologies. I did hear college degree. I do feel like you earned a college degree that makes people jealous, or you have that kind of knowledge or skill level where you didn't need the college, and because of that, like, you rose to the top without something that somebody else had. Because like somebody, I'm hearing, getting somebody that's very, very jealous of you, that you're either very educated or very knowledgeable, and either you had that degree or you didn't have the degree, and somehow you still managed to raise up to the top in your field and to become like a true master of your field. And also I'm hearing that you could be relatively new at your workplace, or like within the last like few, maybe 2 or 3 years, and there's other people, maybe even people that have been there longer or older than you, who are very jealous of you, and they just kind of give you like these like glares or whatever, but they're very, very jealous at how far you've gone. And I also heard too that you go that extra mile, and they think you are a butt kisser. people think that you can be a butt kisser, because I am seeing that. Does not mean it's true. I'm just saying this is what some people think about you but would never say. You're very driven by success, and you're very, very good at what you do. I just heard like management. You could be in management, but that's not going to be for everybody. But even if you are not in management, you have natural leadership skills. And I don't know why, but some people, like, if you are in a leadership position, some people really like you, but there's other people who would never tell you this, but they think that you can be like a tyrant, okay? Or that you lead with I'm hearing like a stern fist or something like that. An iron fist. Okay, I don't even really know what that means, but you lead with an iron fist. Okay, spirit. Lead with an iron fist. That could be like, I'm seeing like somebody with a gavel or something. Gavelin. You could literally work in law. I don't know. Law enforcement, something like that. Or even, this can be in my mind like Libran energy. So you could be a Libra. Some people would never tell you this, but they think that you can get too stressed out. And some people think that you take your stress out on other people at times, or that you bury it. And that you could either like bury it and be very passive, aggressive, or like go silent and give people like silent treatments. Okay? And some people just don't understand the way that you deal with stress. And some people take your personality too personal and your professionalism a little too personal. And they just don't realize too that it's just work. Okay? And it's just also how you were born, and your astrology has a lot to do with that. And your personality has a lot to do with how you were shaped and as a child, and your experiences that shape you. So yeah, I do feel like a lot of people misjudge you or misunderstand you or think wrong things about you, because you're really quite down to earth, and you have a big imagination. That's what I'm hearing. You have a big imagination and a big heart. You have a big heart, and you're kind, and you have a big imagination. And if people would just take the chance to really get to know you instead of judge you, they'd be in for a real treat. That's what Spirit is telling me, because you are such a sweetheart. You just kind of have like a hard exterior too, because in the past you might have been bullied or hurt, and you could even have cancer in your chart and be like, because I'm seeing like a little Cancerian or a Cancer crab. Sometimes they can be very sensitive people, you know, sometimes even hypersensitive, because they feel things very deeply, and they get very emotional. And they're very sensitive because they get hurt feelings, because they take things to heart. Okay, you do have such a big heart. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to bring through for my pile too, about what other people are thinking about them, what would never ever say to their face? I don't know why, I'm just hearing I'm sorry. So there's somebody who wants to apologize to you from either your childhood, that would never ever say that to your face, but they really are sorry. There's somebody you probably don't even want to hear from this person, but they wanted to say there's from the soul level today that they're sorry to you. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting like a B name, a B initial, first or last, M, D. This could even be mom or dad. I just thought of that. L and C, T and J. Those are the initials that are coming through. And S. So, and then also A. Those are the initials that that are coming through. That if somebody has a first or last name that starts with that, this is a person that wants to say they're sorry to you, but they would never ever say that to your face. That's interesting. Thanks for bringing that through, Spirit. Okay, you'll have to let me know in the comments, like, if this resonated with you. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's reading. And don't forget to turn the notifications bell on so you can be notified as soon as I release new videos. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this reading and if it resonated. And like this video by pushing that thumbs up button. If you enjoy 18 plus uncensored readings, check out my Patreon. There's a link in my description box to my uncensored 18 plus love readings. If you like those kinds of readings, I think you're really going to enjoy it because it's so much fun. And if you would like to have a personal reading with me, check out my description box below for more information on how to obtain a personal reading with me. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can do that by looking in the description box below for more information on how to do that, or by hitting that super thanks button. And all of the donations that I get for the channel, I put it right back into the channel to buy tarot cards, oracle cards, gemstones, all that. Okay? So it's not expected, but it is appreciated, and it will just help the channel out. Thanks again so much. Love y'all so much. Take it easy, and feel free to watch any of the other piles you were drawn to. And take care, and until next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3 collective. For those of you who chose the Ruby Zoisite or Image 2, you are in the right place for today's reading. It's going to be all about what are other people thinking about you, but they would never say to your face. And please know this is going to be very honest, and take what you like and leave the rest, because with these types of readings, they can't always be positive per se, okay? No tarot reading can ever be completely positive. If it's completely positive all the time, it's probably BS, okay? Unless the question is about mainly geared toward positivity, which in this case, I'm asking Spirit to give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about what do people think about you, because I want to offer the truth to you. All right, I think it's important, and I think that it has efficacy, and I always like these types of readings, so I wanted to offer this to you all today. I hope that you'll enjoy. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new, and don't forget, as we're going along, it doesn't take very much time to hit that like button, and it really helps my channel a lot. So please, if you're liking this today, please hit that like button, and also be sure to leave me a comment. All right, I'm going to start us out by saying a little prayer to Spirit to connect. This is not a religious prayer. This is just my way of how I connect with Spirit to get us started. This is also my way of bringing in light, love, and positivity, as well as protection into the space. So Spirit, please be here now with me. Help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to my pile number 3 collective, all about the question at hand. What are people thinking about my pile 3, but they would never ever say it to their face? Please speak through me, Spirit, and thank you. So today I'm going to be using the Light Seers Tarot, the Carolyn Mace Archetype cards, some channeled message cards that I channeled this evening for you all, and the Kim Kranz Animal Oracle cards. So let us begin. All right, Spirit, what are people saying, or what are people thinking about my pile 3, but they would never, ever, ever tell them this to their face? And I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want to trigger anybody, but I got to tell you the truth. And if it's something that we perceive as negative, you know, just know that it may not necessarily be your truth. Okay, it could just be what somebody else thinks, but it doesn't make it true. Okay, so just remember that, and please don't be offended. Okay, I get people sometimes that get offended, and they hit that unsubscribe button, and I'm just like, why? You know, it's to me, it's mind-boggling. Okay, I guess you either like my honesty or you don't, and that is your decision. But just know that just because a tarot reader will say something, it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. You got to take what resonates with you as your truth, okay? So I just wanted to put that caveat out there for you guys. All right, so there's the Five of Cups, and then Spirit is saying split the deck. The Empress. Well, you're very physically attractive. I'll tell you that. And some people just won't tell you that either because they don't want to it to either go to your head, or for some reason it's like they're too insecure to tell you that, because sometimes, I don't know what's wrong with people, but they won't tell you a compliment. Many people will be thinking that in their heads, something really, really nice, and they just won't say it. I mean, I've had that happen before, where people have been like, you know, oh, I was thinking about that like, I really loved your necklace, but I just didn't want to tell you that. And I was like thinking, why wouldn't you want to say that? But yeah, some people are just like, maybe they feel silly giving compliments, or for whatever reason. So I do think people hold back their compliments when it comes to like complimenting your physical looks. Some people may be talking about, and they would never say this to you, but they may be asking like other people if you're planning on getting pregnant, or if you are expecting a baby or something like that, because they could be very curious about that. The Wheel. Okay, the Wheel is about good luck. The Wheel is about karma. The Five of Cups right in the center. It seems like people are talking about your attitude, or people are thinking about your attitude. Let's see what they're thinking about it. Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can be about bad luck, but it came out in reverse, so your luck is changing around. So people are thinking about that your luck is changing around. I feel like you're either becoming very lucky, or people are thinking that you're becoming very lucky. Noticing that you're getting things that you want. The World. Yeah, the World is about karma. The Wheel is about karma. The World is about, you could even be like getting worldwide recognition, or you could be on the World Wide Web. You could be a fellow tarot reader on YouTube, or you could be on TikTok, or you could do something else on a social media type of platform. You're getting a lot of public recognition here, though. A lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, that kind of thing. Or people just think that about you, that they wonder if you do have some kind of social media platform, because you're beautiful, you're outgoing, you're charming, you have a beautiful smile. People seem to like you. You're a hard worker, and you have what it takes. And a lot of people wouldn't tell you that, but they really admire you, and they see that you're turning your luck around. They see that you're just beaming. You seem to be beaming and getting over things. You're letting go of crap that used to hold you back. And people are noticing you're becoming a lot stronger. But yeah, a lot of people won't say that because they just don't want to say that. It's like some people are so quick to give out a, to like hand out some kind of horrible comment, or like be mean, you know, but like some people hold back some of the nicest compliments. I don't know why. Sometimes some people can be like that, especially if they're stuck in 3D, if they haven't like evolved. I feel like for you, my pile 3, you have evolved into the 5D. You're really going through some kind of awakening, spiritual awakening, and people are thinking that about you, that you seem very spiritually evolved, very awake. You're like very wide awake. Sorry about that. My dog is barking. But like some people may be thinking that you are a hermit, that you're not getting out as much, and that you may be acting a little bit distant. Okay. But you are putting your energies into something. People may be wondering what you're doing behind the scenes. Okay. Now I want to get into these cards so I can dig a little bit deeper. All right. So what else is it, Spirit? Bully. Okay, you could have some bullies that are people that are not very nice to you. People that, yeah, they will just withhold compliments from you, or like they'll just try to think the worst crap about you. And somebody who's trying to imitate you. That's weird. That just came through. Somebody who's trying to imitate you, Messiah. Somebody who's thinking that, oh, you know, you're so great, you're so this. I feel like you got some jealousies here. Some people that are jealous of you, so-called friends or people you've maybe even left in the dust, left behind. These were bullies. These were toxic people that are like, they could even be watching you if you have your social media thing or whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing, you're really shining. With the Messiah card here, you're serving humanity and you're making a difference. But a lot of people, they actually will just bite their tongue and they won't tell you that. They really feel like you're making a difference. Because I feel like some of these people, like I said, they're in the 3D. They're not really evolving. And you're like coming across as like a spiritual guru or somebody who's very, very enlightened. Very, very enlightened. And you're humble about it. You're also like somebody who's willing to teach other people or give a good advice to people who need it. And you're all about helping other people to succeed. And you have a sweetness about you. But some people just wouldn't tell you that because you seem to have some bullies around you. That's not good. All right, some haters. Some people that could really use some changing, because I'm hearing this song, and you know what it is? I wish you could help me out with the title, but I'm gonna have to look it up. I hope you're out there changing. I can't sing it because I would probably sound horrible, but let me look it up, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, it's Praying by Kesha, and it goes, well, you almost had me fooled. Told me that I was nothing without you. But after everything you'd done, I can't thank you for how strong I have become, because you brought the flames and you put me through hell. I had to learn how to fight for myself, and we both know all the truth I could tell. I just say this, I wish you farewell. I hope you're somewhere praying. I hope you're somewhere your soul is changing. I hope you find your peace, falling on your knees, praying. I'm proud of who I am. No more monsters, I can breathe again. And you said that I was done, and you were wrong, and now the best is yet to come, because I can make it on my own, and I don't need you. I found a strength that I've never known. I'll bring thunder, I'll bring rain. When I'm finished, they won't even know your name. So, okay, this is about somebody who really put somebody through hell. I feel like this is somebody from your past who didn't believe in you or wasn't there for you like they should have been, and you're better off without this person. And this person can think basically whatever they want to about you, but you really don't care what they're thinking anyways. And personally, I'm not going to give any credence to this person anyways, but this is definitely somebody negative who's trying to come into this reading. And I just want to say bye, Felicia, to whoever this is. And we're just going to move on from that person, okay? Because this person is very, very negative. So that person needs to change. Some of the people around you, you've known some toxic ass people, and these people are still in like the 3D. They need to do some praying. They need to do some changing. But you, look at you. You're like very evolved. So yeah, you be you. All you can do sometimes is wish people farewell, wish them well, and let them just go and let them be on their way. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's about protecting yourself, because your energy, you know, you got to protect your energy. It's valuable. It's precious. Okay. And you only have so much energy. You don't want to give your energy away to people who are vampires. Tiger. Lizard. Oyster. You have quite a treasure within you. You have done some major soul searching. Many people think this about you. They admire you for how far you've come in your journey. But sometimes they wouldn't tell you this, but they think you have quite a treasure within you. You also got the lizard. I think lizards are kind of cool looking. Lizards in spirituality stands up for your creativity, and it also means that you're breaking cycles. So you could have broken some family karma or some family patterns or some karmic patterns in your life. This is powerful. You are really, you've had a hard path, but like you were put on this plane for a reason, and you're here inspiring people. And like all these people in your past, it was like you were meant to like overcome that. So you could be like the phoenix rising up out of the ashes. And of course, when I say phoenix, I think of Scorpios because they tend to be, representing the eagle and also the phoenix. But that's one of the things that people would never really tell you is that how deep you are, how much you've grown, how much you've transformed. Because they're kind of like in a way spiritually below you, and they can't articulate it. So they can't tell you this, they can't articulate it to you. And if they do, they think that it lessens them. Which, yeah, that's silly, right? But they're not as mature as you. A lot of people in your circle just don't seem to have the maturity to grasp these kinds of concepts, okay? Now you got the tiger here. That's about your confidence. You show a lot of confidence, and people can tell that. You have a lot of people that when you speak, they listen to you. You're very brave, you're very courageous, and you have this strength about you, and people admire your strength. But yeah, some people would never tell you that, how much they really admire you. I feel like, okay, I was going to say, I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, I was going to say, let's do spirit talk, but it's not quite time because I still have these cards that I channeled this evening. And I really want to know from spirit what else spirit can unveil about what are people thinking about they just wouldn't say to your face. So spirit, please help me to choose the right cards that will help to reveal what it is that people, whoa, that one just about shot out, that people are thinking about my pile 3, but they just won't ever say to their face. They think your clothes are sexy. Okay, that kind of goes back here to the Empress. You're very sexy. You're naturally sexy. Some people think you dress too sexy. And some people think you're doing this for either attention or to gain. Maybe you're just doing this to gain favor or gain subscribers or gain followers or gain friendships or gain success or gain a promotion. Whatever it is, they think you're using your clothing and your body language to get something or that you want attention. And I really don't think this is true. Trust me, this is just what some people are thinking because they've noticed you've had a glow up and you look really good. There's something very beautiful about your lips, the shape of your face, your hair, and even a new definition in your arms. So I don't know if you've been starting to lift a little bit of weights or doing something more active lately with your arm definition. Your breasts look great if you are a woman. Some people may be saying that your breasts are growing or getting perkier somehow. That's kind of funny. Something about like you may actually look like you're going through like a second puberty or something. I just heard. I don't even know what that means, but like you're developing or changing somehow, but becoming more sexy. But it's definitely triggering other people. They would never tell you this because, of course, they feel less than. They may think that you always are trying to outdo them or you look too dressed up for events. Like, yeah, there's something here in all these cards. It's like something about your clothing. The way you're dressing is too sexy. Or you're too dressed up. Or you're too sexy and you just want attention or you want to look better than other people. When truth be told, you just care about your looks. You care about how you look because you put pride into yourself and you treasure yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people think that you speak your mind and you speak your truth and you're too blunt. They don't want to tell you this because they're kind of afraid of what you'll say to them because you can speak your mind when you have to or when you want to. Some people may say that you're too free-spirited. They wouldn't say it to you, but they may think that. They could think that, like, when are you going to get a real job? Or, this could even be like toxic parents or siblings that are like saying, when are you going to get a real job? Or you're too free-spirited. You know what I mean? They may not ever want to say this to your face, but they think, some people think that you're very free-spirited. Some people think that you get your feelings hurt too much, and some people are afraid they're going to step on your toes, or that you're going to get offended easily. Some people think that you're fake and you pretend to be nice, even though that's the farthest thing from the actual truth. You really are nice. But like I said, you got a lot of toxic people around you. They think you carry a sadness in your eyes. You might have had a really hard past. But I see you more as like carrying a strength in your eyes, to be honest. So they can think that all they want, but I feel like you're becoming stronger all the time. Some people think you're just too private. You're spending too much time at home, too much time alone. You're not hanging out with friends as much, or you're not hanging out with them as much. There could be somebody very specific who's thinking that. Some people may be wondering, what do you identify as? Interesting. I don't even think it's any of their business, but some people are wondering, what do you identify as? They could be wondering this because maybe they may wonder if you identify as like either bisexual, gay, straight, or whatever your sexual identity is, or your personal identity. Isn't that something? People could be so nosy, but they don't want to ask you. They don't want to ask you what you identify as. Oh boy, people. Some people, I tell you. Okay. Let's do spirit talk and dig a little deeper. Because this is interesting. Very interesting. Spirit talk is where I do automatic writing. I talk to spirit just like picking up a telephone and having a conversation with a friend. Take what you like of this and leave the rest, because this is a general reading. And if you'd like a reading more specific to you, of course, you would need a personal reading. And I do offer those. So more info is in my description box below if you want that. But for today's reading, you still may find this very accurate, but just maybe not everything will resonate. So take what you like and leave the rest, okay? Spirit, what are people thinking about but would never ever say to my pile 3 to their face? Wow. Okay, something about your beauty is unmatched. Okay, people don't want to tell you this because they're afraid, because you are already like the prettiest one in the room. Oftentimes all the eyes are on you. All right, some people think you're too nice and you take too much crap from people sometimes, and that you don't say no often enough. Okay, you need to say, some people wouldn't tell you this, but they think that you need to say no more often. That you could be into like people pleasing, or some people may think that you have a codependent nature. Some people may assume that you were raised by a narcissistic parent. Narcissistic parent. Or they may just assume that you were around a lot of narcissists, because I think it has something to do with how they think that, because they think that you have sadness in your eyes. That was one thing that came up in this reading, and something about your vibes. And oftentimes when people have like narcissistic parents, you can get a borderline child. You can get somebody with a borderline personality. I cannot write today. A borderline personality. So people may think that you have that. Which can maybe you, and if you do, that's fine. But your mental health is really nobody's business. But you know how people are when they're thinking things like that. They could be thinking into your business. Okay. So they may be thinking that they would never tell you that they think you could have some kind of borderline personality disorder. And that they think that because, why they think that is because you can dissociate. They think that you disassociate sometimes, and that you seem to be like far off thinking, far off in thought, deep in thought, and kind of like a daydreamer. Or like you can't remember things. You may have lapses in your memory where you're like, you couldn't remember something. Okay, that's coming through. Or you could be reactionary. They think that you're reactionary with your emotions, emotionally reactionary, that you have a lot of emotions and that they're pretty intense. Okay, that could be for some of you. That's not going to be for everybody. Like I said, take what resonates. What else are people thinking about my pile 3 but they would never say? I don't know why, but they would be like curious about how often you're in the gym, okay? Because they see that you do look pretty good, and they're judging you about maybe the time you're spending in the gym, or like wondering about this. Like, I don't feel it's anybody's business if you're in the gym or not in the gym, but like I said, some people find it their business. They're thinking about your body a lot and what you're doing to get your body like that. They may be wondering if like what you're eating. They could be thinking about this, but they would never tell you that to their face. But they're wondering about like, do you have like some kind of eating disorder, or like, are you eating, obsessively eating like a lot of protein to build muscle, or are you taking enhancements? I just got that. Especially if you're a guy and you're putting on a lot of muscle really fast, you could have people like thinking or wondering if you are taking enhancements. Interesting. Like protein shakes or whatever. Supplements. People notice you're glowing though, and they do wonder like, what's your beauty secrets? Are you taking vitamins? Are you taking something? Yeah, there's a lot of curiosity I'm hearing. Curiosity about your glow up. Okay. But they may never come to you and say, what's your secret? They'll just sit there and wonder what you're doing, but they won't come up and actually ask you because, I don't know, some people are too prideful. Some people don't want to ask for help or ask for your advice, even though you seem to be somebody who's, you have a lot of wise counsel. You have a lot of wisdom. What else is it that people are thinking? Some people are thinking about my pile 3, but they don't want to say. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but they could be wondering about your, if you have like a jail record, or if you have, they could be nosing around in your business wondering if you recently got like a speeding ticket, or if you got in trouble with the law. They could be wondering this just because they might see you as somebody who tends to be a little bit on the rebellious side, and they may not tell you that, but they just wonder about you. This could even be, for some of you, an employer checking on you. Okay, this is an employer checking on you because checking your record. Maybe you're applying for a new job or something like that, or they could just be suspicious or tipped. Maybe they were tipped by somebody. But yeah, this is for some of you definitely an employer checking on your background, doing a background check. Okay, so they're not going to tell you, but they're running a background check, or maybe they'll tell you, but because I think you have to give your permission. But they could be looking at your Facebook too, and they're not telling you that. They could be looking at your Facebook profiles or other public information. Somebody's definitely like trying to spy into your personal stuff here. And even for some of you, this is an ex who's still spying on you, but they're not telling you. They would never tell you that, but they're spying on you. Let's roll the astro dice to see what this ex's astrological sign is that's spying on you. All right, so Spirit, for the for my pile of 3 whose exes are spying on them but would never tell them that they're actually spying on them, what is the sign, sun, moon, or ascendant of the people spying on my pile 3? All right, you got Sagittarius, an Aries, Pisces, and a Scorpio. All right. Or Spirit just said you could be one of these signs, and let that be confirmation that you do have an ex spying on you. Okay? So either or. But we got Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, and Sagittarius. All right. I don't know why Spirit said just try one more. Okay. For those of you who are like, oh, okay. And Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius. All right. And then, is there anything else, Spirit, that you really, really want pile 3 to know that people are saying? Okay, people are saying that you really need to relax. They think, I don't know why, but they would never tell you that, but they think that sometimes they think that you're a little uptight, or that you need to relax. Okay, a little bit more, or that you're too hypersensitive, or you get your feelings hurt too often. But they would never want to tell you that. Interesting. All right, this has been very insightful, my pile 3. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please push that thumbs up and like this video. It doesn't take very long, and it really helps my channel. Lets me know too if you like this type of reading, and leaving a comment really helps too. I like to read those. It gives me great feedback. Please hit that subscribe button as well, so you can be part of my YouTube family and community here. And don't forget to turn on that notifications bell. That way you can be notified as soon as I release new videos. And also, if you would like a personal reading, I do offer those. All the info you need to know is in my description box below for that. If you enjoy 18+ uncensored readings, please join me at my Patreon. I think you're really going to enjoy that, especially if you like uncensored love readings. The link for my Patreon is in my description box below, and it only costs $3 a month, and you can cancel at any time if you're not satisfied with it. But I think you will be, especially if you do like those types of readings. Okay, thanks again for being here. Stay blessed and beautiful, and until next time, bye.